fuck to get.
Thank you. Good evening, live What the Fuckers, What the Fuck Buddies. Hi. What the Fucking Ears. Welcome to the show. We are at the UCB Theater in Los Angeles, California, doing a live podcast of What the Fuck. Welcome. God, he quieted it down awfully quick. Jesus Christ. I am so fucking ready for this rain to stop. What is with LA drivers? They get watered and they turn into retards. How is that even possible? It's just water. Cars are made to go through water. And then I started to get really depressed about the rain because I was in Seattle for 3 days before this rain. And I came down here and it was raining. And I really had to fight my narcissistic, incentive to not believe I was causing the rain. And that's difficult for me. Come 5 days of rain, I'm like, I'm doing this. There's a lot of things going on. I'm a little anxious and I'm a little tense because, as some of you know, if you listen to the podcast, the woman who lives at my house, who I don't call my roommate because I'm 46, I just refuse to acknowledge I have a roommate at my age, so it's a woman who lives at my house. But that woman brought an espresso machine into the house, which is fucking bad for me. Yeah, because I have 3 in the morning. I had 1 before I came here. I'm jacked up. Yeah, I had to take my nicotine lozenge out of my mouth out of fear of some sort of cardiac problem. I have this problem. Nothing that feels good to me is good for me. I've been trying to go over my relationships in my life. Some of you listen to the show, and I had Almost Dr. Steve on, and he's almost a doctor. That's legitimate. He's a family therapist, but he hasn't finished his whatever it is, a PhD or whatever. But he's practicing, so it counts. And I had this horrible realization the other day. Because I know some of you know I was divorced, but I'm over that. And and I don't know if I want to have another relationship like that, where there's somebody in the house that isn't a roommate. I don't know if that's a good thing, because then then I started to realize, people talk about wanting love and intimacy. Really? I mean, because I was trying to assess my relationships, and I don't do the love and intimacy thing. What I do is the tension release thing. Isn't that more satisfying on some level? I mean, what's the big to-do about intimacy and trust and all that shit? Isn't it funner just to have drama and then have weird, angry sex where you're like, I'm sorry, but I fucking hate you, and then you fuck it out? Why are you people judging me? You know what? Feel free to judge. I hate when people say don't judge. Because I'm like, why would you take away my hobby? What else am I supposed to do? What do we do when there's downtime if I can't judge? That's part of the fun of being alive, is judging. Why should God have all the fun? I'm glad you guys are here. I've been depressed, but then I realized I couldn't figure out why I was upset. And then I realized that the woman who lives in my house brought the entire first season of 6 Feet Under into the house, which I've seen before. But you watch 2 in a night? That's not meant to be taken that way. There's no way that show is meant to be consumed like that. And I couldn't understand why I was getting up so fucking dark-minded and freaked out, because I got to sit through that fucking manipulative chore of a fucking horror show every night. Anyways, am I complaining too much? I have other things I want to talk about. Yeah, primarily, I don't do a lot of politics anymore because I have no patience for it, because we're all fucked. And yeah, this whole thing, this campaign finance rule reverse. The Supreme Court just basically said it's okay for corporations to put as much money into campaigns as they want with no filters or restrictions whatsoever. And I know some people are like, so what's the difference? It's a big fucking difference. I mean, I think that the only way that can be okay is if they just full-on sponsor the campaign and the candidate has to wear the patches on their jacket like NASCAR drivers. So you could actually see, it's like, I don't know if I like that guy. Pfizer, Daniel Archer Midland. I don't think I'm going to vote for that guy. I'm going to go with the Starbucks guy, the guy who's got the Starbucks patch on, in the debate that's sponsored by Staples at the Staples Center.
Lock the gate!